The River of Eternal Stillness. Part 1. The Invitation to Stillness. Close your eyes. Let them fall gently, like two leaves drifting to the surface of a quiet lake. There is nothing you need to do right now. There is nowhere you need to be. The only moment that exists is this one. Right here. Right now. Feel the weight of your body. Let it sink. Let the surface beneath you hold you completely, as though the earth itself has been waiting to carry you. Notice your breath. Don't try to change it. Just notice it. The gentle rise and the quiet fall, like the tide answering the call of the moon. With each breath in, you bring in peace. With each breath out, you release everything that no longer serves you. Every worry breathes out. Every tension in your shoulders breathes out. Every thought about tomorrow, every echo of yesterday, breathes out. You are here, fully here, and here is safe. There is a place inside you, deeper than thought, quieter than silence, where peace has always lived. It has never left you. It cannot leave you. It is as permanent as the stars. Tonight, we are going to travel there together. Let your body grow heavy. Let your muscles soften. Let your jaw unclench. Let your hands open, palms facing upward, like a flower trusting the light. You are ready. Part 2. The Forest at Dawn. Imagine now that you are standing at the edge of an ancient forest. The light is soft, the light of very early morning, when the sky is still that quiet shade between night and day. Not quite dark. Not quite bright. The most peaceful color the world has ever known. The air is cool and clean. Each breath you take carries the scent of earth, of moss, of pine, of something ancient and alive. With every inhale, your lungs fill with that freshness. With every exhale, you release just a little more of yourself into the stillness. Beneath your feet, there is soft ground. You can feel it, the gentle give of moss and fallen leaves beneath each step. You are barefoot here, and the earth is welcoming your presence. It knows you. It has always known you. The trees around you are enormous, ancient. They have been standing for hundreds of years, through every storm and every season, through every human joy and every human sorrow. They have seen it all, and they are still here, rooted, calm, magnificent. Look up. Through the canopy above, you can see small patches of the early sky. A deep violet blue, softening now at the edges into lavender and rose. Stars are still visible if you look carefully. The last few stars, holding their light until the sun returns. There is no wind yet. The forest is perfectly still. And in that stillness, you begin to hear it. The sound of water. Somewhere ahead of you, not far, there is a river. You can hear it, a gentle, unhurried sound. Not a rushing torrent. Not a dramatic waterfall. Just a soft, continuous whisper of water moving over smooth stone. You feel drawn to it. Not urgently. Not with anxiety. Just a gentle pull, like the feeling of returning home. And so you begin to walk, step by step through the soft forest floor. The trees part gently as you move. Ferns brush against your legs. A bird calls somewhere above you. One clear, sweet note that hangs in the still air for a moment, then dissolves. You are not in a hurry. There is no hurry. There never was. You are just walking. Just breathing, just being. And with each step something releases in you. With each step you feel lighter, as though you had been carrying something very heavy for a very long time, and only now, here in this forest, do you feel its weight beginning to lift. You don't need to know what it was. You don't need to name it or understand it. You just let it go, step by step, breath by breath. The river grows closer now. Its sound fills the air around you. a constant gentle music that seems to hold the whole world in its rhythm. Part 3. The river of eternal stillness. You step through one final curtain of ferns, and there it is. The river. It is more beautiful than you imagined. The water is clear, so clear that you can see every stone on the riverbed, each one smoothed by centuries of water flowing over it. The stones are soft shades of gray and white and amber. They look like they are resting, deeply, peacefully resting. The river moves with purpose but without urgency. It knows where it is going. It has always known. And it moves there with complete ease, bending around rocks, flowing through channels, finding always the path of least resistance. Not because it is weak, but because it is wise. The riverbanks on both sides are lined with soft grass, still wet with the night's dew. Small wildflowers grow here. White ones, pale yellow ones, tiny purple ones you couldn't name even if you tried. They don't need you to name them. They are simply here, doing the quiet work of being beautiful. A large, flat stone sits at the water's edge, a perfect place to rest. It is warm, even in the morning coolness, as though the earth has been warming it just for you. You sit down on the stone. You let your feet rest near the water's edge, just close enough to feel the coolness rising from its surface. And you breathe. Just breathe. The water moves past you, always moving, never stopping, never the same water twice, and yet the river itself remains. The river is constant. The form is constant, even as the substance changes. You are like this river. Every thought you have, every emotion, every sensation, they are like the water. They come, they flow through you, and they pass. You are not the water. You are the riverbed, the constant, the steady, the enduring. Let your thoughts come. Watch them the way you would watch leaves floating on the water's surface. See them appear upstream. Watch them float toward you. Watch them drift past and disappear downstream. You don't need to chase them. You don't need to stop them. You just watch. A thought about tomorrow floats by. You see it. You let it go. A worry you carried to sleep floats by. You see it. You let it go. A memory from the day, something someone said, something you felt, floats by. You see it. You let it go. Downstream. Gone. Released into the flow. And in the space between thoughts, in that quiet, clear, open space, you begin to feel something extraordinary. Peace. Not the peace that comes from everything being fine. Not the peace that depends on anything outside you. The peace that has always been there, beneath the noise. The peace that is your natural state. The peace that is who you truly are. Part 4. The Lotus Teaching. The morning light has grown now. Soft golden rays filter through the trees and touch the surface of the river, turning it into something made of light. You notice, a little distance upstream, something growing from the water. Lotus flowers. 3 of them. Perfect, fully open, resting on the surface of the river as though they belong to a different world entirely. Which, in a sense, they do. Their roots grow down into the mud at the riverbed. Deep in the dark, in the silt and sediment that accumulates at the bottom of every river. The lotus has its foundation in that darkness. And yet it rises through the water, through all the layers of murk and uncertainty, and it opens at the surface into this extraordinary bloom. Untouched, unstained, radiant. This is the teaching of the lotus. You, too, have your roots in difficulty. In the mud of your life, in the hard experiences, the confusion, the heartbreak, the times you felt lost or afraid. This is normal. This is human. Every single human being who has ever lived has known the mud. But the lotus does not apologize for its roots. The lotus does not carry shame about where it came from. The lotus uses its roots. It draws from that mud the very nourishment it needs to rise and bloom. Your difficult experiences are not obstacles to your peace. They are the very ground from which your depth and wisdom grow. Every challenge you have faced has given you something: understanding, compassion, strength you didn't know you had, the capacity to sit with uncertainty, the knowledge that you can survive things that once seemed unsurvivable. You are a lotus. You have always been a lotus. Breathe in, and know this. Breathe out, and let it settle deep inside you all the way down to your roots. You are rooted in the earth of your experience, and you are blooming at the surface of this beautiful, fleeting, precious life. Part 5. The mountain within. Time passes gently here by the river. You lose track of it. Minutes and hours mean nothing in this place. There is only the light and the water and your breath. Now, gently, let the river begin to change before your eyes. The forest slowly opens. The riverbanks widen. The valley expands. And in the distance, visible now through the clear morning air, there is a mountain. It is immense. Its peak touches the clouds. Its base is so wide you cannot see where it ends. It is ancient beyond imagination, shaped by forces so vast and so slow that the entire span of human history would fit inside a single moment of its existence. The mountain is still. At its base, weather moves through. Wind, rain, the hot glare of summer sun, the ice and silence of deep winter. Seasons come and cycle. Animals live and die. Storms rage and pass. At the top, sometimes the peak is wrapped in cloud, invisible, unreachable. And the mountain is still. Not frozen. Not dead. Fully alive, fully present, and completely still. The Zen masters would say, become the mountain. Not in arrogance. Not in coldness. But in this, learn to experience the weather of your inner life, the storms of emotion, the clouds of confusion, the seasons of joy and grief, without being moved from your foundation. You can feel everything fully and still be still. You can love deeply and still be still. You can grieve and still be still. You can be afraid and still find the stillness at your center. This is not indifference. This is not numbness. This is the deepest kind of presence, the kind that doesn't run from what is hard, doesn't grasp at what is good, but simply allows everything to be exactly what it is. Right now, sitting by this river, looking at this mountain, you can feel it. That place inside you, that quiet mountain at your center. It has been there all along. It will always be there. Breathe into it now. Deep into that center point. Feel the stability beneath everything. Feel the ground beneath the ground. Feel yourself rooted in something that no storm has ever touched, that no circumstance has ever altered. This is you. This has always been you. Part 6. The Zen Garden of Letting Go. The scene shifts again as dreams and visions do, gently without surprise. You find yourself now in a garden. A Japanese garden, designed centuries ago by hands that understood that beauty is not something we create, but something we allow. The garden is enclosed by a low wall of ancient stone, covered in moss the color of deep ocean. Inside the wall, the world is perfectly composed, not because everything is forced into order, but because everything has been allowed to find its natural place. There is a large area of pale sand or fine gravel. Someone has raked it with perfect care. Long, flowing lines that move around 3 large stones placed near the center. The lines are not perfectly symmetrical. They are not mechanical. They are alive, like the ripples a stone makes when dropped into still water. Those ripples, they radiate outward from the stones in the same way that your actions radiate outward into the world. Every kindness you have ever shown, a smile given to someone who needed it, a word of encouragement, a moment of patience, has sent ripples through the world that you will never fully see or know. You have touched more lives than you realize. You have mattered more than you know. Sit with that for a moment. Just let it be true. Around the sand garden, there are carefully shaped trees, small pines, their branches extending in graceful horizontal layers, reaching out into the air with a quality that can only be described as equanimity. Each branch grows in the direction of the light, and yet each branch also rests where it is, content. In one corner of the garden, there is a bamboo water feature. A bamboo tube slowly fills with water, then tips, releasing the water into a stone basin with a soft, hollow sound. Talk. Then refills. Then tips. Talk. This sound has been here for centuries. This same sound, different water, the same sound, has accompanied the meditations of people who lived and loved and struggled and found peace, long before you were born, and it will continue long after. You are part of something continuous, something vast, something that does not begin with your birth or end with your death. You are part of the long, slow unfolding of consciousness in the universe. Consciousness learning to know itself, to love itself, to rest in itself. And right now you get to rest. In this garden. In this moment. Let everything settle, like the sand settles after the rake has passed. Let your mind become as smooth and clear as this garden after it has been tended. Talk. Talk. Breathe. Part 7. The Teaching of the Old Monk. In the garden, on a simple wooden bench beneath a pine tree, there is an old monk. He is sitting in perfect stillness, the stillness of someone who has practiced for many years, not as a performance but as a way of being. His eyes are half open, soft, directed downward. His hands rest in his lap, one inside the other, like two resting birds. He does not look up when you approach, but somehow you know that he knows you are there, and somehow you know that you are welcome. You sit beside him. You don't need to say anything. Neither does he. You simply sit together in the presence of this garden, this morning, this stillness. After a while, you don't know how long he speaks. His voice is quiet and unhurried, like the river. He says, "A student once came to me and said, 'Teacher, I have tried so hard to find peace. I have meditated for years, I have read many books, I have traveled to many holy places. Why can I not find what I am looking for?' And I asked him, 'Where have you been looking?' And he said, 'Everywhere. I have looked everywhere.' And I said, 'That is why.'" The monk is quiet again. The bamboo tips. Talk. You think about what he said. Peace is not somewhere to find. It is not a destination you arrive at after sufficient effort. It is not a reward granted to those who suffer enough or meditate enough or understand enough. It is here. It has always been here. It is the background of everything. The silence beneath all sound, the stillness beneath all movement, the space in which every experience arises and passes. You cannot find it by looking for it, but you can stop running from it. You can stop filling every silence with noise. You can stop treating every moment of discomfort as a problem to be solved. You can stop asking your life to be different from what it is, just for this moment. And in that stopping, peace reveals itself, not as something gained, as something recognized, as something that was always, always there. The monk breathes quietly beside you. You breathe quietly beside him. And for a moment, just a moment, you feel it completely. That vast, quiet, open, luminous peace. Your natural state. Your home. Talk. Part 8. The evening arrives, releasing the day. The light in the garden is changing now. The clear gold of morning has softened into the amber and rose of late afternoon. Long shadows stretch across the sand garden. The stone glows warm. The trees are edged in gold. Soon it will be evening. Soon it will be time to let this day go completely. Think gently of this day you have lived. Not to analyze it, not to judge it, not to wish it were different. Just to acknowledge it. To honor it. Today you breathed approximately 20,000 times. 20,000 times your body performed this miracle without your conscious attention. Today your heart beat roughly 100,000 times. 100,000 times. Without any effort from you. Your body has been working, ceaselessly, faithfully, extraordinarily, every single moment of every single day. While you worried, while you laughed, while you slept, while you doubted yourself, your body was quietly, devotedly working on your behalf. Take a moment to feel gratitude for that. Thank your body. Thank your lungs. Thank your heart. Thank your eyes, your hands, your remarkable brain. Even if your body has struggles, even if it carries pain, it has also carried you. It has brought you to this moment. Now think of one moment from today. Just one, when something was good. Something small, perhaps. A taste. A sound. A moment of quiet. A kindness received or given. Something that, in the rush of the day, you may not have fully acknowledged. Hold that moment gently now. Let yourself feel it fully. Good things happen today. Good things happen every day. The mind has a natural tendency to remember what went wrong. This is an old protection, built into us by evolution. But we can practice expanding our awareness, letting the good things register just as fully, just as deeply as the difficult ones. This is not denial. This is balance. This is how the mind learns to rest. Now, as the evening light deepens, begin to set down the day. Set down the to-do list. It will wait. Set down the unresolved conversations. They will find their resolution. Set down the plans, the worries, the calculations about tomorrow. Tomorrow is tomorrow's responsibility. Tonight, just tonight, you give yourself permission to simply be. Not a worker. Not a parent, a partner, a friend, a professional. Just a being. A consciousness. A point of awareness resting in the vast, beautiful, mysterious universe. Just this. Part 9. The stars begin. A body scan for deep sleep. The sky above the garden is deepening now. From the clearest blue, to violet, to indigo, to the deep velvet of night. And the stars are beginning to appear. One at a time at first. The brightest ones, the ones that can't wait any longer to be seen. And then gradually, as the sky darkens, more and more of them emerging, like thoughts arising in a quiet mind. Soon there are thousands, tens of thousands. The great river of the Milky Way arching overhead. Not a metaphor, not a symbol, but the actual physical reality of the galaxy in which you live. Hundreds of billions of suns. And you, this small, extraordinary, conscious being, looking up at them. How vast this universe is. How ancient. How silent. And you are part of it. Made from the same material as those stars. The iron in your blood was forged in the heart of a dying sun, billions of years ago. The calcium in your bones. The oxygen in your lungs. You are not a stranger to the cosmos. You are the cosmos. Aware of itself. Breathing. Now, gently, I am going to guide your awareness through your body. As I name each part, let it soften. Let it release. Let it sink. Bring your awareness now to the top of your head. Feel the scalp. The tiny muscles across your forehead. Let them smooth. Let them release. There is nothing to think about right now. No problem to solve. Let the forehead be smooth and soft. Your temples. Your jaw. Let your teeth part very slightly. Let your tongue rest softly at the bottom of your mouth. Let your face become completely still, peaceful, like the surface of a lake on a windless night. Your neck. The muscles along the back of your neck, they have been holding your head up all day. Every day. They work so hard. Let them soften now. Let them release. Your head is fully supported. You can let go. Your shoulders. Let them drop. A little more. A little more still. Let them fall away from your ears. Release every bit of tension you have been carrying there. It is done now. Whatever it was, it is done. Your upper arms. Heavy. Warm. Your forearms. Soft. Your hands. Let your fingers curl slightly, the way hands curl naturally in sleep. Let them rest completely. Your chest. With each breath, let your chest soften a little more. Let the ribs expand easily with each inhale, and let them fall, release, with each exhale. No tension here. No held breath. Just the natural, easy rhythm of breathing. Your heart. Whatever emotion lives there tonight, let it be there. Don't push it away. Don't grasp at it. Just let it be like weather passing through an open sky. Your heart is good. Your heart has always been good. Your stomach. Your belly. Let it be soft. Many of us hold tension here. Old anxiety, old fear. Let it release now. Breathe into your belly. Let it rise and fall freely. Your lower back. Heavy against the surface. Supported. Released. Your hips. The weight of them sinking down. Your thighs. Heavy and warm. Your knees. Soft. Your calves. Releasing. Your feet. Your toes. Let them uncurl. Let them rest. Your entire body now, from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, is soft, is warm, is heavy, is at rest. You are sinking deeper into the mattress, into sleep, into the most natural thing in the world. Part 10. The deep forest night, entering sleep. The stars are full and bright above now. The garden is silver and shadow. The bamboo tips softly in the darkness. Talk. You are lying now in a place of perfect safety, surrounded by ancient trees, beneath the open sky. The air is soft and cool, just cool enough to make the warmth of your body feel precious, held like something cradled. Somewhere in the forest, an owl calls. One low, soft sound that travels through the night. Then silence. The river is still there. You can hear it, faintly. Its constant, gentle song. Always flowing. Always at peace with its own flowing. You are sinking now into the deepest layers of rest. Your body knows how to do this. It has done it every night of your entire life. Tens of thousands of times, your body has found its way into the deep healing waters of sleep. It knows the way. You don't need to try. You don't need to do anything at all. Just let go. Let go of your name. Let go of your age. Let go of your story. Let go of everything you are carrying. For this night, for these hours, you are not responsible for anything. You are simply resting, simply breathing, simply being. The trees stand around you in the dark, silent sentinels, ancient companions. They have been breathing all their lives, breathing out the oxygen that fills your lungs right now. In some way, the trees and you are breathing together, have always been breathing together. You are never as alone as you sometimes feel. A breeze comes through the canopy, the first breeze of the night. It moves through the leaves with a sound like rain, like applause, like the whole forest acknowledging this moment. And then the breeze passes, and the forest is still again. You are going deeper now, deeper than thought, deeper than memory, deeper than the stories you tell about yourself, down into the quiet, luminous ground of being, where there is no past and no future, only this, only now, only peace. Your breathing is slow, very slow. In, out, in, out. Each breath a small, perfect, complete life. The stars wheel slowly overhead. In the time it takes a single star to travel its arc across the night sky, whole civilizations have risen and fallen. Mountains have eroded. Rivers have changed course. And yet this moment, your moment, is just as real as any of it. Just as significant. Just as luminous. You matter. Your life matters. Your rest matters. Sleep is not wasted time. Sleep is when your body heals, when your mind consolidates its learning, when your spirit returns to its source and remembers what it is. Sleep is sacred. Let it come. You feel it now, the edges of sleep beginning to blur the edges of waking, the thoughts becoming less linear, more dreamlike, impressions and images beginning to arise without logic or effort. This is the threshold, the beautiful, soft threshold between waking and sleep. You don't need to hold on. You can let go of waking now. You can step off the edge of consciousness and fall, not into nothing, but into everything, into the vast, dark, nurturing ocean of sleep. That holds you. That heals you. That loves you. Part 11. The final meditation. Being. There is something that has been watching all of this. Watching the thoughts arise and pass. Watching the body breathe. Watching the day unfold. Watching you. That something is not separate from you. It is you. The deepest you. The you that was here before you learned your name. Before you learned to judge yourself, before you learned to be afraid, that you has never been hurt, that you has never been lost, that you has always been here, quiet, steady, luminous, behind everything. The ancient traditions call it many things. Awareness, presence, the witness, Buddha nature, the self, the soul, spirit. But all names fall short. It is simply what you are, beneath everything else, at the heart of everything else. Right now, even as you drift towards sleep, that awareness is here. It doesn't need to be maintained or created or worked toward. It simply is. You are loved. Not for what you do, not for what you achieve, not for how well you perform or how little you disappoint. Simply loved. The way the earth loves the seed it holds in its darkness. The way the river loves the stone it smooths with its passing. The way the night loves the being it holds in its arms until morning. You are enough. You have always been enough. You have always been more than enough. Rest now. Rest completely. Let the night hold you. Let the earth hold you. Let love hold you. The river flows. The stars turn. The trees breathe. And you sleep. Softly. Safely. Deeply. In peace. Part 12. The Dawn Affirmations. If you are using this section as a closing affirmation rather than leading into sleep, read slowly and allow time for the words to settle. As the light begins, gently to return. Know this. You are a being of enormous worth. Your presence in this world is not accidental. You are here because the universe, in its infinite complexity and creativity, arrived at you. At this specific expression of consciousness. At your voice, your eyes, the particular way you laugh, the specific quality of your love. There has never been anyone quite like you. There will never be anyone quite like you. This is not vanity. This is fact. Today, when challenges arise, and they will arise because this is a human life and challenges are part of it, remember the mountain. Return to your center. Return to the stillness that lives beneath everything. Take one slow breath. And remember who you are. Today, when you encounter another person who is struggling, remember the lotus. They, too, have their roots in difficult ground. They, too, are trying to rise and bloom. Meet them with the compassion you have been practicing here. Today, when you feel overwhelmed, remember the river. Let the thoughts and emotions flow through you. You are the riverbed, not the water. You are the sky in which the weather moves, not the weather itself. And when the day is done, and you return again to your bed, and the night receives you once more, remember this place, this river, this forest, this peace. It is always here. It is always you. Go gently, live with kindness, toward others and especially toward yourself. And know that you are loved. Deeply, completely, unconditionally loved. Good night. Rest well. You deserve this peace. The ocean of infinite peace. Returning. You have been here before. Perhaps not in body. Perhaps not even in memory. But something in you recognizes this place. The way you recognize the smell of rain before the first drop falls. The way you recognize the feeling of coming home after a very long journey, even before you see the door. Something in you has been waiting to return here. Close your eyes. Let them close gently. Not with effort, but with permission. Like a flower that closes at dusk, not because the world has become unsafe, but because the time for blooming is complete, and the time for rest has come. Feel the place where your body meets the surface beneath you. Feel the weight of your arms, your legs, your head. Feel the warmth gathering quietly inside you. Your breath is already slower than when you began. Already, just from closing your eyes, your body recognizes what is coming. It knows this rhythm. It has always known this rhythm. Follow your breath inward now, like following a thread into the center of a labyrinth. Not to find a monster at the center, to find the stillness, to find yourself. We left the river last time. We left the forest and the stars and the old monk in the garden. But nothing was truly left behind. The river has been flowing the entire time you were awake. Through every meeting, every meal, every moment of the ordinary day, that river has been flowing, quiet and constant, beneath the surface of everything. Tonight we return to it. And we go further. Tonight, the river carries us somewhere new. Part 1. The river continues. Begin gently to imagine that you are back at the river. The same soft stone beneath you. The same clear water moving past. But tonight something is different. The river is wider, as though it has been joined in its journey by other rivers, gathering itself, growing. It moves with the same unhurried grace, but it is larger now, more generous, more full of itself and its own quiet power. The forest still lines the banks on both sides. Ancient trees with their roots reaching deep into the earth and their branches reaching wide into the sky. Between their trunks you can see the soft first light of early morning, that same silver-violet light that exists nowhere else, in no other hour, than the very beginning of a new day. You are barefoot again. The moss beneath your feet is cool and soft. You are breathing. Long, slow, complete breaths. The kind of breath that reaches all the way to the bottom of your lungs. The way children breathe before they learn to be afraid, before they learn to hold their breath against the world. Breathe that way now. All the way in. Hold softly. All the way out. Let your breath remember how to be free. As you stand at the edge of this wider, fuller river, you notice something you didn't notice before. Along the bank, embedded in the soft earth, there are smooth stones of every size. Dozens of them. Hundreds of them. And you understand, somehow with the kind of understanding that doesn't need words, that each one of these stones represents something you have been carrying. Not just tonight. Not just this week. But for a long time. Old beliefs about yourself. Stories you tell yourself that keep you small. Fears you have carried so long you've forgotten they were ever separate from you. Weights you picked up somewhere in your history and never thought to put down. Pick up one stone. Feel its weight in your hand. You don't need to know what it is. You don't need to analyze it or understand it. Just hold it for one moment. Acknowledge that it has been there. Thank it if you like, because even our burdens have tried in their misguided way to protect us. And then, let it fall into the river. Watch it sink through the clear water and come to rest on the riverbed below. Watch the current move around it. And feel, truly feel, the lightness in your hand. Now pick up another. And another. Take as long as you need. There is no rush. The river will receive them all. With each stone you release, breathe out. With each breath out, feel lighter. You are not what you have carried. You are the one who has been carrying it. And you are free at any moment to set it down. Part 2. The morning fog. As the last stone leaves your hand, you notice that a soft mist has risen from the surface of the river. It is not a cold, uncomfortable mist. It is warm, warmer than the air, as though the river has been holding heat through the night and is now releasing it into the morning. It curls and drifts in slow spirals, moving without any sense of urgency, going nowhere in particular. You step into it. It wraps around your legs, your waist, your shoulders. It softens everything. The trees in the distance become gentle silhouettes. The light becomes diffuse, coming from everywhere at once, from no single source, a soft silver-gold luminosity that seems to glow from within the mist itself. In this fog, there are no hard edges. Everything is soft, blended, continuous. And in this softness, something in your mind begins to follow. The hard edges of your thoughts begin to soften. The rigid definitions, who you are, what you should be, what you have failed at, what you still need to accomplish, begin to dissolve at their edges, becoming less absolute, less demanding. You are not just the role you play. You are not just the list of things you have or haven't done. In the mist, all of that becomes soft. And what remains, what the mist cannot soften or dissolve, is the simple, undeniable fact of your awareness. The fact that you are here, that you are aware of being here, that something, some extraordinary, inexplicable miracle, is experiencing this moment, that cannot be dissolved by any mist, by any doubt, by any forgetting. You exist. You are aware. You are alive. This is astonishing. Let yourself feel the astonishment of it, just for a moment. Not as a thought, as a felt sense. The pure, clean amazement of being. The mist drifts slowly. You drift with it effortlessly. Not walking, not swimming, simply moving, the way thoughts move through a quiet mind, without friction, without effort, without resistance. Downstream. Part 3. The Valley of Ancient Silence. The mist carries you gently around a wide bend in the river, and as it begins to lift, slowly, in the way that morning mist always lifts, reluctantly, tenderly, a new landscape reveals itself. A valley, wide and deep and green beyond the description of any color word. On both sides, mountains rise, not dramatically, not threateningly, but with the quiet confidence of things that have simply always been. Their slopes are covered in forest, and the forest is alive with the soft sounds of morning birds. Not a cacophony, a conversation. A gentle, decentralized symphony in which every voice has its place and none demands more attention than it deserves. The river runs through the center of this valley, and you float along it now on your back, looking up at the sky. The sky is enormous here, blue and clear and infinite, the kind of sky that makes the word vast seem small. White clouds drift through it, unhurried, self-sufficient. Each cloud is completely itself. No two are the same shape. None of them is trying to be anything other than what it is. And they pass, always pass, without leaving a mark on the sky. This, the Zen masters would say, is the nature of mind. The sky is mind, pure, open, boundless, clear. The clouds are thoughts, arising, taking shape, drifting past, dissolving back into the openness that was always there. The sky is never harmed by the clouds. No matter how dark the storm, no matter how thick the clouds, the sky itself is never touched. You could fly above any storm and find, always, the same clear, open, luminous sky waiting above. Your mind is the sky. Your thoughts, even the darkest ones, are only clouds. They arise. They drift. They pass. The sky remains. Float on your back in this river. Let the water carry you completely. You don't need to steer. You don't need to swim. The river knows where it is going. Feel the water on the backs of your arms, your legs, your head. Feel the gentle support of it. The water pushing upward with exactly the right amount of force, holding you perfectly, effortlessly. You are held. You have always been held. By the earth, by gravity, by the invisible web of relationships that has kept you alive. The people who grew your food and built the roads and wrote the books that shaped your thinking. The ancestors whose survival made your existence possible. The sun, 93 million miles away, that makes everything alive. You are embedded in a web of support so vast and so complete that to truly feel it would be overwhelming. Just feel the edge of it now. Just the smallest suggestion of it. The feeling of being held. The feeling of being part of something. The feeling of belonging to this world. Part 4. The ancient tree. The river bends gently, and at the bend there is a tree. You have never seen a tree like this. It is enormous, the trunk so wide that 20 people standing with outstretched arms could not encircle it. The bark is a deep, complex brown-gray, furrowed and ridged with the texture of centuries. At the base of the trunk, the roots have risen above the ground, spreading out in every direction like the arms of something that has grown very, very deep in its embrace of the earth. The branches above are extraordinary. They reach in every direction. Up, out, sideways, some of them as thick as ordinary trees themselves. And from every branch, leaves catch the morning light and turn it gold, turn it green, turn it something that has no name. This tree is ancient, truly ancient. It was a sapling when empires rose that have long since fallen to dust. It stood here in silence through every war, every plague, every celebration and every disaster of the civilizations that have come and gone in its long lifetime. It has never tried to leave. It has never tried to become something different. It has simply grown. Deeper into the earth and wider into the sky, year by year, season by season, without drama, without complaint, without resistance to the winter that always comes, and without clinging to the spring. You step out of the river and approach the tree. Up close, the presence of it is extraordinary. You can feel it, not just see it, a quality of aliveness, of groundedness, of deep and patient being, radiating outward like warmth from something that has been holding heat for a very long time. You place your hand on the bark, and something moves through you, quietly, deeply, like a vibration below the threshold of sound, a transmission of patience, a reminder passed from this ancient living thing to you that growth is not dramatic, that depth takes time, that the most enduring things happen slowly, in the dark, in the quiet, without applause. Every year of your life, even the years that felt like nothing was happening, you were growing. In the dark like roots, deeper into the earth of yourself. Trust that. Sit at the base of this tree now. Let your back rest against the great trunk. Feel it supporting you completely. Let the roots that spread out around you be your roots too for this moment. Let yourself be rooted. Let yourself be still. Let yourself simply exist, as the tree exists, without needing to justify it, without needing to earn it, without needing to make it mean something. You exist. The tree exists. The morning exists. This is enough. This has always been enough. Part 5. The teaching of impermanence and its gift. Sitting at the base of the ancient tree, you notice the leaves. Even on a still morning like this, individual leaves tremble, each one separately responding to some current of air too subtle for you to feel. A butterfly's wing somewhere in the canopy, the gentle exhalation of the earth itself. Each leaf trembles alone, and yet the tree is still. A single leaf lets go. You watch it fall. It doesn't fall straight down. It spirals, drifts, turns in the air with a kind of slow, inevitable grace. It takes its time. It is in no hurry to reach the ground. When it finally lands on the surface of the river, as it happens, it floats. It simply floats, carried gently by the current. And you think, this leaf at the height of its life was green and full and part of something greater than itself. Now it has released. Now it floats free. And in its floating, it is still beautiful, still complete, still exactly what it is. The Buddhist teaching of impermanence, anicca, is often heard as a sad teaching. Everything ends. Everything changes. Nothing lasts. But the masters say, misunderstanding. Impermanence is not the tragedy. Impermanence is the gift. Because everything ends, each moment is precious. Because nothing lasts forever, we get to experience the miracle of beginnings, over and over and over. Every morning is a beginning that would not be possible without the night that ended. Every spring is a miracle made possible by the death of winter. Every breath in is made possible by the breath that went out. Impermanence is not loss. Impermanence is the rhythm of life itself. Your life, with all its changes, all its seasons, all its losses and growths, is not a series of failures to achieve permanence. It is a beautiful, coherent, unrepeatable dance with change. Every version of you that you have outgrown, the child, the young person, the person you were before grief or love or experience reshaped you. They were not failures. They were seasons. And this version of you, the one resting here now against this ancient tree, is the season of right now. Fully here. Fully valid. Fully enough. Let that settle into you like rain into earth. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not the wrong version of yourself. You are exactly at the point in your own becoming where you are supposed to be. Part 6. The Cave of Inner Light. The morning deepens. The light grows richer, more golden. You stand and you feel the aliveness in your body, the extraordinary fact of having a body, of being housed in this miraculous collection of systems that breathe and pulse and sense and move. A little distance from the river, you notice something you didn't see before. In the face of the valley's gentle hillside, there is an opening in the rock. Not dark and threatening. The rock around it is pale and warm, and from within the opening there is a soft, diffuse light. The kind of light you'd expect to find at the end of a long tunnel, coming from somewhere very good. You move toward it. There is nothing fearful in this. Only curiosity and a sense of recognition, as though some part of you has been here before. Inside, the cave is larger than it appeared from outside. The ceiling rises high above you, and the walls glow with a warm amber light that seems to come from the stone itself. Patches of pale blue crystal catch the light and scatter it in gentle, trembling patterns across the ceiling. Small pools of still water reflect the light back upward, doubling it, making the cave feel full of something that is almost music. The air here is warm and still. The sound of the river is distant, barely audible, a memory of water. And the silence here is different from the silence outside. The outside silence is open, expansive, alive with distant sounds. This silence is interior. This is the silence of going inward, of turning the attention away from the world of phenomena, the river, the trees, the sky, and toward the source of the awareness that has been experiencing all of it. Sit here in this cave. Feel the warmth. Feel the stillness. Now, gently, turn your attention inward. Don't go looking for thoughts. Don't try to find silence. Don't try to make anything happen. Just turn the attention around. Instead of looking outward at the world of things, look inward, toward the looker. What is looking? What is aware? Not the thoughts come and go. Who notices them? Not the emotions, they arise and pass. Who watches them pass? Not the sensations, they appear and dissolve. What is the space in which they appear? Keep turning inward, toward the light. Here, in this inner cave, the great traditions all agree. There is something that has never been born, something that will never die, something that is prior to your name, your history, your personality, your story, something that was present before you formed your first memory, and that will be present as your last thought dissolves. The Hindus called it Atman, the eternal self. The Zen Buddhists pointed at it and said, your original face, before your parents were born. The Christian mystics called it the soul, the ground of being, the spark of the divine. The Taoists said, that which cannot be named is the eternal Tao. The names point at the same light. And here in this inner cave you can feel it, not as a concept, not as a belief, as a direct, immediate, simple recognition. The awareness in which all of this is happening, this meditation, this story, these words, these sensations, is not small, is not personal, is not made of the same stuff as thoughts and feelings. It is vast, quiet, still. It is light. Rest in that light now, not meditating on something, not trying to achieve something, just resting in what you already are. Part 7. The lake at the center of the world. In the center of the cave there is a lake, perfectly circular, perfectly still. The water is so clear and so still that it is impossible, at first, to tell whether it is water at all, or simply a mirror, or simply an opening into another sky. You approach its edge carefully, and when you look down, you see stars, not the reflection of the ceiling above. Stars, deep, brilliant, infinite, as though the lake is a window cut through the floor of the world into the cosmos below. And then you realize, it is a reflection. The ceiling of the cave above you, too, is studded with those same blue crystal lights, and they are mirrored perfectly in the still water below. Above and below, within and without, the same light, reflected endlessly between two surfaces, the macrocosm and the microcosm. What is out there, in the vast star-filled universe of inconceivable scale, is also in here in the vast luminous inner universe of your awareness. As above, so below. As without, so within. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are a place where the cosmos folds back on itself and becomes aware of its own beauty. Lie down beside this inner lake. Feel the smooth stone, warm, dry, perfectly still beneath you. Let your body become the stone. Dense, settled, heavy, warm. Let your breathing slow to match the utter stillness of the water. In, out, until your breathing and the stillness become the same thing. Until there is no difference between the inside and the outside. Until the boundary between you and the cave and the lake and the stars becomes soft and uncertain. This is what the mystics mean by unity, not the loss of yourself, the discovery that yourself was always larger than you thought. Part 8. Voices of the Ancestors. In this stillness, something extraordinary happens. You begin to hear voices. Not external voices. Not threatening, not alarming. More like the memory of voices. Like the echo of voices that have traveled a very long way to reach you. These are the voices of everyone who has ever sat in stillness before you. Every grandmother who sat at a window watching the rain, holding her grandchildren in her heart. Every grandfather who sat at the end of a long day with his hands in his lap, feeling the tiredness and the satisfaction of having done his best. Every monk who rose before dawn to sit in the cold dark and discover what was there. Every mother who sat by the bedside of a sleeping child, breathing in the miracle of another human life. Every person, across every culture and every century, who stopped, even briefly, in the midst of the noise of living and turned toward the quiet. You are not alone in this. You have never been alone in this. Every time you have sought peace, every time you have paused, even for a second, even imperfectly, and turned toward your own center, you have joined an unbroken line of human beings who did the same. This practice is your birthright. It belongs to you. It was given to you by every ancestor who found a moment of stillness in a difficult life and passed something forward, through the generations, that eventually reached you. Let their presence be around you now, not as a crowd, not as pressure, as company, as warmth, as the feeling of belonging to something much larger than a single life. You are held not just by the earth and the moment, but by history, by the long, slow river of human wisdom moving through time. You are a part of it, and something in you, in how you live, will be part of what continues forward. Part 9. The Rain. A meditation on receiving. You drift outward from the cave, back into the valley, back to the river. And as you arrive, something changes in the sky. The blue deepens. A soft darkness at the edges. Clouds building. Not stormy, gray-purple clouds full of fury, but the soft, slow clouds of a gentle afternoon rain, moving in from the mountains with a patience that is somehow comforting. The birds grow quiet. The trees prepare. And then the rain begins. Soft. Each raindrop a tiny percussion on the leaves above you. The sound builds slowly, from occasional to constant, until the whole world is filled with this gentle drumming, this liquid music. You are not going inside. You lift your face to the rain. Feel it. Cool drops touching your forehead, your cheeks, your eyelids, running down your neck. The smell of rain on warm earth. Petrichor, the poets call it, that ancient, clean, vegetable smell that the human brain recognizes as profoundly good before the mind even forms a thought about it. This is enough. This moment, just a face turned toward rain, just a body receiving what the sky offers, this is complete. How often do we refuse to receive? How often do we deflect kindness with, "Oh, it was nothing"? How often do we discount a compliment before we've let it touch us? How often do we push away rest because we haven't earned it yet? How often do we turn away from help because we should be able to manage alone? Practice receiving now with this rain. Don't deflect it. Don't manage it. Don't analyze it or explain it. Just let it fall on you. Let the sky give what it has to give, and receive it. Fully, without condition, without qualification. Just, yes. Thank you. I receive this. Receiving is not weakness. Receiving is what allows the cycle to continue. The earth receives the rain, and the forest grows, and the clouds form again, and the rain falls again. When you receive what life offers you, the kindness, the rest, the love, the beauty, you complete a circle. You allow life to be generous. You allow love to land. And from a full place you can give again. But first, receive. Part 10. The Rainbow and the Letting Go. As suddenly as it came, the rain softens. The clouds begin to part in the west. The light returns, Richer now, more golden, the way light always feels after rain, as though washed clean. And there, arching across the valley from the eastern hillside to the peak of the western mountain, is a rainbow. A full rainbow. 7 bands of color so distinct and vivid that they seem almost to vibrate against the remaining gray of the cloud behind them. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Stand and look at it. Just look. Don't think about the physics of it. Don't reduce it to wavelengths and refraction. Let it be what the eye experiences before the mind explains it away. Something extraordinary. Something beautiful. Something that exists only for this moment, in this particular configuration of light and water and atmosphere, that will never occur again in exactly this way. Like you. You are a rainbow. A particular configuration of matter and energy and consciousness that has never existed before and will never exist again. Unrepeatable. Irreplaceable. Your particular way of laughing. Your particular way of loving. The specific collection of experiences and thoughts and memories and tendencies that makes you this person, in this life at this moment. There is no one coming after you who will be you. When you are gone, something unrepeatable will be gone. Not to cause grief, to cause wonder. You are extraordinary by the simple fact of your existence. The rainbow begins to fade now. Not because anything is wrong. Not because it failed. Because it was always temporary. Because temporary is what it was. Because its temporariness is inseparable from its beauty. A permanent rainbow would eventually become wallpaper, become invisible, become taken for granted. It was beautiful because it was brief. Watch it fade. And as it fades, breathe out any remaining grief for things that have ended in your life. Any relationship that ran its course. Any chapter that closed. Any version of yourself you have outgrown. Let them fade like a rainbow fades, with gratitude for what they were, with recognition of their beauty, with the understanding that their ending is part of what made them real. Breathe out. Let it go. Part 11. The Garden of the Heart. The valley continues. The river flows. And now, around another long, gentle bend, you discover something that makes you stop completely. A garden. Not a formal garden, not a designed garden, but a wild garden, the kind that grows when a place has been tended with care and then allowed to simply be itself. Roses that have grown past any gardener's intentions and become their own wild architecture. Lavender in enormous drifts, moving in the slight breeze after the rain like a purple sea. Apple trees thick with unpicked fruit, their branches bowing with the weight of all that sweetness. And flowers you have no names for. Flowers in colors you have no names for either, as though this garden exists at the edge of what you have ever perceived. The fragrance is extraordinary. It is every garden you have ever loved all at once. Your grandmother's garden if you had one. Or the memory of a garden somewhere sometime that meant safety and summer and the feeling of having all the time in the world. You walk into it. The grass is soft and slightly wet from the rain. The roses brush against your arms as you pass. Bees, the first you have heard this morning, move among the flowers with their ancient single-minded purpose. There is a bench in the center of the garden. Old wood, worn smooth by use and weather. Beside the bench, a small table, and on the table, a cup of something warm. Tea, perhaps. Or something that is simply warmth and comfort in the shape of a cup. You sit. You wrap both hands around the cup and feel the warmth move through your palms, up your arms, into your chest. This garden is the garden of your heart. Everything that you love, everyone who matters to you, every place that has held you, every experience that has shaped you into who you are, lives here. Look around and let the faces come. The people you love. Let them be present here in this garden, each one of them doing something characteristic. Something that captures what you love about them most. not a memorial. A presence. A living, moving, breathing presence. Let your heart fill. There is no shame in love. There is no vulnerability in admitting, here in the privacy of your own inner landscape, how much you love. How much you love the people in your life. How much you love beauty. How much you love the small, ordinary, extraordinary moments of a human day. Let yourself love fully here where it is safe. Let yourself feel how full your life is. Not perfect. Not easy. Not without its shadows. Full. Rich with meaning. Rich with connection. Worth living. Deeply, completely worth living. Take a long, slow sip from the cup. Let the warmth spread all the way through you. Part 12. The Evening Star. Gratitude Practice. The light is shifting again. The afternoon is lengthening toward evening. The quality of light that arrives in the last 2 hours before sunset. Golden, horizontal, somehow more intimate than the overhead light of midday, is filling the garden now. Everything it touches seems to glow from within. The roses. The old bench. Your own hands. In this light, even the most ordinary thing becomes beautiful. This is the gift of evening. It reminds us to look. Let's practice gratitude now. Not as a concept, not as something you think you should feel, but as a deliberate act of attention, turning the light of your awareness toward what is good. Begin with your body. Find one thing your body can do today that you are grateful for. Perhaps it is very simple. The ability to breathe, to hear the words of this meditation, to feel the warmth of the room you are in, to have carried you through another day. Your body has never stopped working for you. Not once. Not for a single second. Find that gratitude and let it be real. Now your mind. Your extraordinary, complicated, creative, sometimes maddening mind. Think of something it has given you recently. A moment of understanding. A solution to a problem. A memory that made you smile. A dream, even a forgotten one, that your mind created from nothing. Let there be gratitude for that. Now one person in your life, living or gone, for whom you feel genuine gratitude. Not because they were perfect, not because the relationship was without pain, but because their presence in your life gave you something. Hold them gently in your awareness, and simply feel the gratitude. Don't perform it. Don't express it loudly. Just let it be there quietly like a candle. Now, one moment from today. There was at least one moment, perhaps very small, in which something was simply good. A taste, a sound, a smell, a connection, a moment of genuine presence. Find it. Hold it in the light of your attention for a moment longer than you normally would. Let it register. Let it actually touch you. This is what the research confirms and what the masters have always known. The regular, genuine practice of gratitude physically changes the brain. It builds new pathways. It trains the mind to notice what is good, not by forcing positivity or denying difficulty, but by ensuring that goodness gets as much attention as difficulty. Your mind becomes what it practices. Practice this. Gently. Without pressure. One small thing at a time. The first star appears above the garden. Low on the horizon, not quite bright enough yet, but there, unmistakable. The evening star. Venus. The same star that humans have been watching since the first human lifted their eyes to the sky and felt something that they couldn't name. Something between longing and recognition, between small and vast, between alone and connected. The same star. Different eyes. You are part of the unbroken line of sky watchers. All those millions of eyes across all those thousands of years, each one seeing that same point of light and feeling the same inexplicable, beautiful ache of being alive in an immense universe. You are one of them. Welcome. Part 13. The Monastery Bell, Entering Night. From somewhere in the valley, you couldn't say exactly where, from which direction, the sound of a bell reaches you. Deep, resonant. The kind of bell that doesn't just exist in the air but seems to exist inside the body, vibrating gently in the chest, in the bones. It is the bell of a monastery you cannot see. Somewhere in the folds of these ancient mountains, for hundreds of years at this same hour, this same bell has called the monks to their evening practice. Its sound means, let go of the day. Its sound means, turn inward. Its sound means, now is the time for stillness and for rest. Let the bell's vibration move through you. Feel it in your sternum, in your throat, in the palms of your hands. Let it resonate. And as it fades, slowly, over many seconds, from full presence to near silence to complete silence, let everything that remains of the day's business, the day's concerns, the day's unfinished thoughts, ride outward on that fading sound. Gone. Done. Complete. Night is a boundary, a natural, biological, ancient boundary between the world of action and the world of rest. For most of human history, there was no electricity, no screen, no artificial light to blur that boundary. When the sun set, the world became dark, and human beings, like the birds, like the trees, like the flowers, turned inward. The body knew. The body still knows. Even now, even with all the light we have invented, the body still turns toward sleep when the darkness comes. It is not weakness. It is not failure. It is the most natural, healthy, intelligent thing your body does. Honor it. Part 14. The body settles. Progressive deep rest. Let us now travel very slowly through your body. Not to check it or fix it or judge it. Simply to visit it, to thank it, and to give it permission to do what it already knows how to do. Begin at the very top of your head, the crown of your skull. Imagine warmth gathering there. Soft, comfortable warmth, the way the top of your head feels in gentle afternoon sunlight. Let that warmth rest there. Breathe. Let the warmth begin to move downward. Slowly. Your forehead. The tiny muscles there releasing, one by one, like knots in a rope loosening. The lines of expression smoothing. The brow becoming as smooth and still as the surface of the lake in the cave. Your eyes. Behind your closed eyelids, release the muscles around your eyes. The muscles that have been looking, focusing, processing visual information all day, they can rest now. Let them soften completely. Let your eyes be still. Let the darkness behind your eyelids be a comfortable, complete darkness. Your cheeks. Your jaw. Let your teeth part very slightly. Let the jaw hang with the gentle support of gravity rather than the tension of holding. Your tongue. Let it fall to the bottom of your mouth. Your lips. Soft. Slightly parted. No tension anywhere in the face. Your throat. How much do we hold in our throats? Everything we wanted to say and didn't. Everything we almost said. The emotion that never quite made it out into words. Let the throat soften now. Let it open gently. Let whatever has been held there be released. Not into words, not into sound, just into the general release of the body into rest. Your neck. The long muscles of the back of the neck, running from skull to shoulders. They have been carrying the weight of your head, a weight of approximately 5 kilograms, every waking moment of every day. Let them release. Completely. Your head is supported. You can let go. Your shoulders. Drop them. A little more. A little more. Most of us, without knowing it, carry our shoulders elevated, held up toward our ears with a constant low-level tension that we've forgotten we're holding. It is the tension of always being ready for something, of always bracing against something. You don't need to brace against anything right now. There is nothing coming. There is nothing required. Let the shoulders fall. Let them drop away from the ears as though something very heavy has been removed from them. Your upper arms, warm, heavy. Your elbows, resting. Your forearms, soft. Your wrists, released. Your hands. Notice your hands for a moment. These extraordinary instruments. Every book you've read, held by these hands. Every person you've loved, touched by these hands. Every meal, every work, every greeting, every farewell, conducted through these hands. Thank your hands, and let them rest now. Fingers naturally curled, palms soft, every joint released. Your chest. With each breath, the chest rises. Let it rise easily. Let there be no restriction, no bracing. Just the natural, effortless expansion of the chest as the lungs fill. And with each exhale, let the chest fall completely. All the way. Releasing all the air, releasing all the held breath, releasing all the emotion stored in the chest. Your heart is in here, beating. 100,000 times today it beat. Without your permission, without your attention, without your gratitude, which it doesn't require because it loves you unconditionally in the most literal sense. It has never, not once, required you to deserve it. Your solar plexus, the center of your emotional body. If there is anxiety here, that tight, nervous feeling in the upper abdomen, acknowledge it gently. Don't fight it. Don't add struggle to struggle. Just breathe into it. Warmth into it. The way you'd place a warm hand on the stomach of a child who is afraid. With absolute tenderness. Your belly. Soft. Expanding with each in-breath. Falling with each out-breath. The rhythm of life itself. Your lower back. The weight of your lower back sinking into the surface beneath you. Each vertebra releasing. Space opening between each disc. The spine elongating slightly, decompressing, the way it does during sleep, the way it does in water. Your hips. The deep muscles of the hips and pelvis releasing their chronic holding. These muscles carry an enormous amount. The literal weight of the upper body in sitting, the emotional weight of all the things we carry there without knowing. Let them go. Your thighs. Long muscles, softening. Warm. Your knees. Just resting. Your shins. Your calves, releasing any remaining tension. Your feet. Your toes. Feel the tips of your toes last of all. And now, your entire body from crown to toe is resting. Heavy. Warm. Soft. Like a stone that has been soaking in a summer river all day and now rests on the bank, radiating warmth. You are perfectly comfortable. You are perfectly safe. You are exactly where you need to be. Part 15. The night river, threshold. The river is still flowing in the dark. You can hear it. You can always hear it. Even when you cannot see it, even when the night is complete and starless, even when you have forgotten it, the river is still flowing. This is something to know and to return to in the difficult hours of any life. The river is still flowing. The earth is still turning. The stars are still burning behind the clouds. The things that are good in your life have not disappeared because you cannot see them in the darkness of a hard moment. They are still there. They are always still there. Your breathing now is very slow. Your body is very heavy. Your mind is beginning to let go of its grip on wakefulness. You feel it, that beautiful, soft, sliding feeling of the edges of thought becoming less distinct. Images arising without logic. Fragments of memory, of imagination, drifting through like slow clouds. This is the threshold. The membrane between waking and sleeping is very thin now. Very permeable. You don't need to hold onto this side. You don't need to keep track of anything. You can let go of this story, of these words, of this voice. You can drift. On the other side of this threshold, sleep waits, not as an absence, not as a void, as a presence, as a country, as a place your consciousness goes to do the remarkable, mysterious work of integration and healing and renewal that cannot happen in waking life. In sleep, memories are consolidated, sorted and organized and stored in ways that make tomorrow's thinking clearer. In sleep, the brain does a remarkable thing. The cerebrospinal fluid washes through, removing the metabolic waste that accumulates during waking hours. You are literally cleaned, refreshed, renewed while you sleep. In sleep, the immune system does some of its most important work. In sleep, emotions are processed and resolved in ways the waking mind cannot access. Sleep is not what happens when you stop living. Sleep is a different kind of living. It is restoration. It is trust. It is the body's deepest practice of letting go and being held. Let it come now. You are ready. Part 16. The final descent. The river at night. Starlight on the water. The sound of your own breathing. You are on the bank, lying in the soft grass. The earth beneath you is warm and alive. Above you the sky is immense. A shooting star. There and gone. Another breath. In. Out. Your eyes are closed. Your body is still. Your mind is quiet. From somewhere far away, across the valley, across the river, across all the distance between here and where the monastery bell was rung, a sound. The last sound of the night. The bell again. Very faint. Very slow. One tone. Resonating. Fading. Gone. You are sleeping now. Deeply. Completely. Without reservation. Without remainder. Your body breathes. Your heart beats. The earth turns. The river flows. And you are home. Rest now. All is well. All is well. All manner of things are well. Part 17. The Dawn Return. Affirmations for awakening. If you are waking now, wake slowly. There is no urgency. Let consciousness return at its own pace, like a sunrise, gradual and gentle, light increasing by degrees until full wakefulness arrives naturally. Before you open your eyes, stay for one more moment in the space between sleeping and waking. The liminal space. The threshold space. This is one of the most peaceful states the human mind can occupy, the hypnopompic state scientists call it, when the analytical mind is still quiet, when the body is still relaxed, when the barriers between deep intuition and conscious thought are still permeable. Use this moment. In this state, ask yourself simply, what do I need today? Don't think about it. Don't analyze it. Just listen. What arises? Perhaps the answer is rest. Perhaps it is courage. Perhaps it is patience with a situation, with another person, with yourself. Perhaps it is the willingness to try again. Perhaps it is simply to be present, to pay more attention to the river of your own life, flowing through this particular day. Whatever the answer, receive it, and carry it into your day like a seed. Now the affirmations. Speak these gently to yourself, not as commands, but as recognitions. Not as goals you must reach, but as truths you are remembering. I am enough exactly as I am today. I am allowed to take up space, to have needs, to rest, to be seen. I approach today with curiosity rather than judgment. I am resilient. I have survived everything that has tried to stop me, and I am here. I choose to notice what is good. I extend to myself the same compassion I would offer to someone I love. My presence in the world matters. My particular way of being is unrepeatable and necessary. Today I will move at the pace of what is real, rather than the pace of what is urgent. I am not in competition with anyone. I am becoming more fully myself at my own pace, in my own season. I trust the river. It knows where it is going. Take a deep breath. In through the nose, long and slow and complete. Hold it gently at the top, and release. Open your eyes when you are ready. Slowly. Let the light in gradually. Be gentle with yourself in the transition. You have rested. You have gone deep and returned. You are ready. Go gently into this day. Carry the stillness with you. It is yours. It has always been yours. And when the day is noisy and fast and demanding, and it will be, remember that beneath it all, the river is still flowing. The mountain is still still. The cave of inner light is always open. And you always know the way home. End of The Ocean of Infinite Peace.